Grab your popcorn and hold tight, because what just went down on the Love and Hip Hop set was not a storyline. It was a storm no one saw coming. Cameras were rolling, lights blazing, and what should have been another day of reality TV magic turned into one of the most shocking confrontations in the show's history. Normally, Sierra is the quiet one. The one who stays in her lane, throws shade here and there, but avoids the spotlight when the chaos heats up. But on this day, she stepped out with a fire so big that the entire cast froze. She turned the set into a courtroom, the stage into a battlefield, and every eye locked on her as she threw out accusations so heavy, even the producers couldn't decide whether to cut or keep filming. It started with her calling out Yandy Smith, yes, the loyal wife everyone calls the ride-or-die queen, the woman who defended her husband through prison bars, gossip blogs, and whispers that never seemed to go away. But Sierra wasn't stopping there. She yanked Mendeecees Harris right into the line of fire, exposing him for the lies he thought he buried deep. And this wasn't some vague shade or he said she said argument. No, Sierra came with receipts. Imagine the room. Castmates sitting back, sipping their drinks, expecting a light squabble. Then suddenly, Sierra pulls out her phone, presses play, and what comes through those speakers makes the whole set gasp. It wasn't rumors. It wasn't gossip. It was voice recordings, Mendeecees in his own words, contradicting everything he had told Yandy. The silence that followed was louder than screams. Every head turned to Yandy, the woman who had carried his name on her back for years, and the betrayal painted across her face told the story better than any script could. This is why it mattered. For so long, Yandy has been the blueprint of loyalty. She stood by Mendeecees through jail time, through online humiliation, through all the side eyes at reunion tapings. She was painted as the strong, unshakable wife. But if that entire image was built on a lie, if the loyalty was one-sided all along, then everything the audience believed about this couple was shattered in a single moment. And here's where Sierra flipped the script. For years, she's been labeled the messy one, the stirrer of pots, the one who thrives on drama for clout. But this time, she wasn't just spilling tea, she was pouring the whole kettle. Sources whispered that she had been sitting on these recordings for months, quietly watching Mendeecees manipulate situations while Yandy shouldered the blame for problems she didn't even cause. And when she finally chose to strike, she aimed with precision, on camera, in front of everyone, no turning back. And what did the recordings reveal? Not just small lies. They revealed a web of deception. Mendeecees talking to other women, telling one story to Yandy and a different one behind her back, blocking contacts, then unblocking them, gaslighting Yandy until she questioned her own sanity. And while she defended him like a warrior queen, he was playing a dangerous game, one that finally blew up in his face. The tension on set was so heavy it could choke you. Even the sharpest tongues, Spice, Bambi, the usual quick commentators, had nothing to say. Wide eyes, open mouths, and whispers that sounded like thunder. The producers huddled together nervously. Should they stop it? Or should they let the cameras keep rolling and capture what might be the most explosive moment in franchise history? Let's be real, the cameras love chaos. And this? This was chaos dressed in betrayal, wearing the mask of truth. But the question that lingered in every corner of that room, why now? Why did Sierra wait? Some say she wanted to give Yandy time to see it for herself. Others believe she picked her moment carefully, knowing this reveal would hit harder in front of the world. Whatever the motive, the effect was undeniable. In one night, alliances crumbled, friendships blurred, and the cast dynamic flipped upside down, and then came Yandy's reaction. The woman who always stood tall, who always spoke with calm, broke. Her voice cracked. Tears filled her eyes. She pleaded, "Tell me the truth." And in that moment, fans saw not a reality star, not a character, but a woman blindsided, carrying years of hurt. It was painful, raw, human. Meanwhile, Mendeecees, the man once seen as untouchable, was exposed for the manipulator behind the mask. His carefully built image, the loyal man, the reformed partner, shattered. Now, with the receipts out and the entire world watching, his silence spoke louder than any excuse. This wasn't just another fight for ratings. This was the kind of betrayal that leaves scars far beyond the cameras. And as the dust settled on set, one question rose above the noise. Can this marriage survive the truth? Or is this the beginning of the end? If part 1 left you shocked, buckle up, because the fallout is even messier. Sierra's recordings spread like wildfire online. Fans replayed every second, blogs dissected every word, and Twitter lit up with hashtags like "Das Justice for Yandy" and "Mendeecees Exposed." Supporters who once defended him turned into critics overnight, while castmates who stayed silent began dropping shady posts. The recordings showed Mendeecees still speaking with women he promised to block, spinning excuses and blaming Yandy until she doubted her own mind. Insiders claimed he splurged on gifts for these women while Yandy quietly held down their home. Some even whispered that he pressured producers to bury scandals, trying to control the narrative behind the scenes. But with these leaks out, his power move collapsed in plain sight. Meanwhile, Yandy's silence said more than words. She skipped events, appeared without her wedding ring, and let fans speculate. Was she leaving? Was this marriage done? Team Yandy rallied behind her, praising her strength, while Team Sierra crowned her the fearless whistleblower. Of course, skeptics accused everyone of chasing ratings, but the pain on Yandy's face proved this was no script. The fallout didn't stop at gossip. Legal experts weighed in, saying those recordings could play a role in court, from emotional abuse claims to contract violations. Yandy, insiders say, has already spoken to lawyers. Mendeecees, on the other hand, has gone silent except for cryptic posts and carefully worded PR statements calling the leaks taken out of context. But the damage is done. Endorsements have started to disappear. Fans are chanting for boycotts, and Mendeecees is fighting to keep his name alive. Meanwhile, Sierra's role has shifted forever. No longer just a background pot stirrer, she's now the season's central figure. Loved by some, hated by others, but impossible to ignore. Producers are scrambling, torn between the ratings gold and the dangerous line of exploiting real emotional abuse. Fans debate, is this entertainment or is it exploitation? Mental health advocates have even stepped in, pointing to Yandy's pain as a reminder of the real toll behind the cameras. As the storm builds, the big questions remain. Can Yandy walk away stronger? Or will she cling to a broken image? Can Mendeecees salvage what's left of his career? Or is this the end of his love and hip-hop legacy? And will Sierra be celebrated as the truth teller? Or painted as the villain who tore down a family? One thing's certain. The reunion show is about to be explosive. The lies, the tears, the betrayals, all laid bare for the world to see. Love and hip-hop has always thrived on drama, but this time, the story feels too raw, too real, too close to home. The world can't stop watching.